Welcome to Miracle Network's Wednesday Meditation. I'm so glad that we're all here together. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button below to receive updates and notifications. Today we're joined by Jane Colligan, who will lead us in meditation, and then we have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we open it up for sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Jane.
Thank you, Dan. And thank you to the Miracle Network for hosting me again. It's really lovely to be with you all. And today, I look forward to reflecting and meditating together and ultimately remembering together. So before we begin, let us invite the Holy Spirit and Jesus into this space. Holy Spirit, guide our minds and open our hearts. Jesus, our elder brother and teacher, hold our hands and help us to recognize the eternal love that is always present. Now, today, interestingly, I had something completely different in mind. And like always, when I sought guidance, I was taken somewhere else. I do believe and trust that whatever we're given is for those who are present. So I'd like to share a paragraph from A Course in Miracles, and it comes from the Manual for Teachers in the section titled, "Does Jesus have a special place in healing?" So I'll read the paragraph first. And it says, Jesus has led the way. Why would you not be grateful to him? He has asked for love, but only that he might give it to you. You do not love yourself. But in his eyes, your loveliness is so complete and flawless that he sees in it an image of his Father. You become the symbol of his Father here on earth. To you, he looks for hope, because in you, he sees no limit and no stain to mar your beautiful perfection. In his eyes, Christ's vision shines in perfect constancy. He has remained with you. Would you not learn the lesson of salvation through his learning? Why would you choose to start again when he has made the journey for you? So this passage is very gentle, yet very direct. It tells us first that Jesus has led the way. And he is not presented in the Course as someone we must worship from a distance, but as a brother who has completed the journey we are still learning to walk. He's remembered completely that we are one with God. And because he has accepted that truth fully, he now holds the light for us. And the passage also says something very honest. You do not love yourself. And many of us recognize this. We judge ourselves, we doubt ourselves, and we believe somehow we are not worthy of God's love. But the Course tells us something extraordinary. In Jesus' eyes, our loveliness is complete and flawless. When he looks at us, he doesn't see our mistakes, our fears, or even the story we tell ourselves. He sees the image of God. He sees what God created. And because he sees this so clearly, he holds that vision for us until we are willing to see it ourselves. The passage also says that in us he sees no limit and no stain to mar our beautiful perfection. So let's just think about that for a moment. A mind that sees you with total innocence. A mind that sees only the beauty that God placed in you. And this passage also reminds us of something deeply comforting. He has remained with you. We are not walking this path alone. The one who has completed the journey now walks with us. And he is gently teaching us through his own learning. So as we move into our silent meditation, we can simply rest in that awareness. There is a loving presence that knows our true self. A presence that sees our innocence and our perfection. So for the next few minutes, let yourself rest in that vision. And you might hold this thought in your mind. Let me see myself as love sees me. So if you want to get yourselves comfortable, and you may wish to close your eyes, perhaps take a couple of deep and steady breaths to center yourselves. And allow yourself to enter that still, quiet place in your mind. The place where God abides. And now we enter the silence together. Let me see myself as love sees me.
Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 16 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to share, raise your hand and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. Bridget, would you like to share?
I just wanted to ask Jane, what was that phrase you used at the beginning about "we are love"? That phrase, that whole phrase you used.
The very beginning.
Yeah, in your introduction. In
the
like
actual,
"we are love," or
in the paragraph, you mean?
that we are made in love.
Let me find it for you.
It's about the first thing you said. The very first thing you said.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's something I've said, whether I can recall it, was it to
That, like
recognise? Was it to recognise eternal love?
Of your introduction.
Was it to recognise that eternal love is always present?
No, that wasn't it. No, it's like we are the love that we are made in, or something like that.
Oh, Bridget, let me see if I can find it.
It will be in the recording anyway.
Oh, will it? Yes. I just wanted to write it down so I could process it for myself.
The recording will be on YouTube quite soon, so you can just go back and hear it again.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, the line that I gave you to enter into the meditation was, "Let me see myself as love sees me." Was it along those lines?
Yes. Say that again.
Let me know myself as love sees me.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. That was it.
So, of course, the word love is always interchangeable with Jesus, God.
So what was it? Let me know myself as love.
As love sees me.
Oh, let me know myself as
or
love
as Jesus sees
me,
or as God sees me, or as the Holy Spirit sees me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you find that line helpful then?
Yes, because it's if you integrate it both ways, then it becomes a part of yourself, doesn't it?
That's it. Interestingly, I through that meditation, well, for one thing, the door went and there was a delivery, but my partner got it and I could hear him, dealing with it. So of course it's that immediate distraction. And then it was the line that came was, "Let me know my brother as I know myself." So whether it was the delivery man or John, my partner, or whoever,
stranger,
let me know this brother as I know myself. And then it led into, well, what do I know about myself? And of course, Jane thinks she's not worthy, and she's not worthy of love, and she's guilty. I feel fear and judgment and all of those things. And so if that's what I'm projecting out, then that is reflected back. However, if I know myself as Jesus sees me, as love, then I see my brother that way. And it is that simple, right? We have to love ourselves. We have to recognize that we are all one in God. So that's, I thought I'd share that because that came through to me. I think sometimes we can neglect ourselves, thinking, well, because the Course is asking us to heal others, and as we heal others, we are healed, right? But in order to do that, we have to extend love to others.
And
We can't do that unless we see ourselves as love.
And be it. We have to
And
be it. Be it to give it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Bridget.
Thank you.
Okay, who'd like to share? Norman.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. During the meditation, there was just basically one thought: let me see myself as others see me. And I had a beautiful experience quite a while ago now when I saw what we really looked like. I was at a dinner and I had given 3 of the guests, I started on one and moved to the next and moved to the next, and give them all the attributes that I thought they had. I had never met them before, but this is what I had been doing quietly without realizing it. And it was only after the last speaker was speaking and I couldn't figure out what he was saying. We were round tables, so I turned around and looked at him in case that helped. But whatever he was saying, I realized later I couldn't make head nor tail of it, therefore I couldn't judge it. And when I turned around again, the 3 people that I had given all these weird attributes to were sitting there in all their spiritual glory, with eyes twinkling like diamonds and a light bluish halo, if you like, where their body should have been. And they were holding up wee notices, obviously not real. It just said, "We are not what you think we are." But that was a beautiful, beautiful experience to realize, that for me to see that, I must have seen it in myself first, in the true me. So it's nice to get that reassurance, and it's very hard to explain something just quite so beautiful as that, but it helps immensely, and to think that we are all beautiful, beautiful spirits. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Norman. You remember for us all. And so you can recall that. You can call on that whenever, that experience, that revelation, whenever you want to. Do you remember to do that? Or is it usually in when you're in meditation that comes to you?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is only in cases like this, because if I tell people what I just told now, the chances are that you put yourself locked up by you call them totally mad. And another experience I had when I was a child, about 3 years old, there was a man coming along. It was in nappies, and the man was walking along. A voice came into my head saying, "What is that in your hand?" And it had a big stick apparently. And they said, "Well, he's bigger than you. You better hit him before he hits you." So as he passed by, I hit him. And he just turned around and gave me a strange look. And the second thought was, why did he not hit me back? And the way he went off over the hill. And I thought, oh, I better not go over that hill. He might be waiting for me. So the first thought was ego. The second thought was, why was there no retaliation? And I couldn't get an answer from anybody. And then suddenly I was meditating on that another time. And then it became total awareness. Norman, you were never born. And that caused me, I mean, I was never born. And it took a long, long time to figure that out. Reading the Course, of course, this world isn't real at all. We're all in heaven and we're dreaming. So I was dreaming, that was my first dreaming thought, and that just happened to be an ego. And now you can accept the fact that I was never born into this world because it just doesn't exist. I'm dreaming. But sometimes I forget that and treat the world as being real, everything that goes on in it. But so as you say yourself, maybe I should try and remember it more often. So again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
I had tingles all over as you were talking, Norman, and that for me is a sign of truth. Yeah. Thank you. It's interesting. I'm studying the manual for teachers, and I mean, it's not the first time through. And of course, when you revisit, you see more. More comes. And currently studying defenselessness. And I wonder, in that situation, somebody not hitting back or attacking, they don't need to, right? We are safe in our defenselessness. Yeah, thanks, Norman. I feel I'll take forward what you've shared this morning. Thanks.
Who'd like to share? Dennis, take yourself off mute.
There's a part in the Urtext where Jesus is talking to Bill Thetford, and Bill Thetford said, "I'm not worthy enough, I'm not good enough." And Jesus said, "So what you're saying, I'm not a holy child of God."
And Jesus sees our holiness always. I think it's quite interesting, isn't it, the course? As we read it, there's no or very little kind of mention of Jesus because he wrote it. And sometimes we can forget that, we're engrossed in the words and trying to study and intellectualize and, put it into practice and experience. And you do have to keep telling yourself, this, Jesus gave us this. He is lighting the way for us. And he sees the holiness and he sees it, doesn't he? You only have to follow him.
Who'd like to share? Jim, take yourself off mute.
Yes, thank you, Jane. That was absolutely beautiful. And in fact, your mention of defenselessness just now brought to mind how that very much relates to what you were talking about at the beginning. Because as we see ourselves as whole and our brothers as whole, there's one side of defenselessness that I've always thought of, and that is that I'm whole and I cannot be attacked. But I haven't really seen the other side of that, which was brought to light by what Norman was saying. As a 3-year-old child, the man who he hit presumably saw him as just innocent, an innocent three-year-old child. And I focus a lot when I'm thinking of defenselessness. I focus a lot on, my completeness and my inability to be attacked in reality. But of course, the other side of that is to see the other as innocent, as a son of God. And I think that side I sometimes miss. But it was good to have the two put together by what you've shared today. And it was lovely. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time together. Thank you, Jane. That was a beautiful gift you've given us. And take yourself off mute. Express your gratitude to Jane.
Thank you, Jane. That was really lovely.
Yes,
Beautiful.
thank you, Jane.
Very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.